So I just wanted to like do something creatively, and I kind of didn't know what to do, and I was like, kind of like, should I watch TV and relax, or should I work on something on my computer, which I don't really want to open right now for my own personal reasons. And then I was like, maybe I can do my makeup. I haven't done that in a while, and I don't usually like to do this because not during times where I'm not about to go somewhere. Like I don't usually like to do it at nighttime because I know I'm not gonna go anywhere after this, and I don't want to like waste makeup to just be playing in it. You know what I'm saying? But it's also like it's a time to explore and have fun. But I just kind of go like this. I don't know. So right now I actually have the inkling to do something, but it's gonna be very basic because I really don't want to use all my makeup. I guess I just want to try something, some colors that I'm liking right now. I didn't put any primer on. I'm just kind of trying something because I haven't really worn this palette as much. And so I'm basically going in with this very light peach color, and I'm kind of going all over my eyelid, to be honest. It's called Stay Close. Stay close. That's probably where they got that. Because I truly believe, like, when people make up palette names, like when they come up for names for like makeup stuff, they just kind of pick something that comes to their head. Because that's what I do. So you can see how peachy it is right now. Maybe my lighting isn't perfect. Okay, so it looks pretty. It looks pretty. Okay. I don't know what to do next. Let's see. I kind of like this warm tone right here. That's right underneath it. It's like a little bit darker, and I kind of want to put that in the crease. Okay. I'm not going to use like a whole lot. I just kind of want to add a little bit of dimension here because it's so close to the shade I was already using. Okay. And then I'm going to use this other dark shade that's in the same row. Same kind of color scheme. So this is kind of monochromatic. So this is just a little bit darker, a little bit of a brick type of color, I would say. And I'm going to put that in the crease too, but I'm going to kind of bring it down a little bit more. And I'm going to kind of go across my eye, like my actual like eyelid. And I'm like still like I'm focusing more on the corner area too. If you can see the difference a little bit, it's like it's kind of building, right? I like that. I'm basically just building on top of it, and I'm focusing more on it going in the corner, but it's still going across my eyelid a little bit, just a little bit. So here we are right now. And then let's go. Let's see. Do we want to keep the darkness? Because I have some glitter here, but like I don't have any like. I don't really want to use concealer. I found out about glitter glue. I don't have that right now, and I kind of don't want to use any alternative right now. So let's go with like a beautiful hue, like purple. It's very, very complimenting, right? We're gonna go with this purple right here, okay? So I'm gonna put it on my eyelid. And I'm not using really the perfect brush for this lower part. I need something a little bit stiffer, I would say. I'm not really focusing on the edge, but it actually still got there, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. I actually need I need another brush, but I'm going to try to do the other side so it looks somewhat similar. Again, I'm not really focusing on the outer edge, but it is kind of getting there. This brow it definitely got on. Okay, it's kind of giving sunset vibes. I don't know if you can really see the colors. It looks kind of black, looks kind of weird, but that's probably because I'm using the wrong kind of brush. I didn't do any primer, which is what I always would recommend doing, is having some type of eye primer so your colors pop more and it sticks a little bit better. So really I'm just rubbing it in, like trying to blend it down because it's still showing all that orange. So I am, I guess, kind of raising it to my crease. You know, so it's definitely kind of went to my brow. Let's see. This is why some people use like tape right here. So like once you take it off, it's not all over your skin, but it's on the tape area. Okay, so it's looking okay. I just kind of want to make the purple pop a little bit more. I'm looking in here to see if I have, and I'm literally just like working out of my little makeup bag that I use like for everyday use. I don't usually hold all my good brushes in here. Like, I mean, well, I wouldn't say my good brushes. I do have my good brushes in here. I just don't usually hold all my brushes that are like for every, like specialized. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of use the same brush for everything. I can't seem to find a little, well, this is all I have, but this is like kind of too hard, right? I need something a little bit looser. Here we go. Right here. It's a little flatter, but it's still soft. This is another one of my good brushes. So this is a little bit fluffier and it spreads a little bit more. So here I am. This is a little bit more like compact, so it's gonna just actually stick around a little bit better. Again, primer, eye primer is better for this. And I am not a makeup artist, but I am an artist. And I don't always play in my makeup like I used to. I think a part of that has to do with just like where I am. Like, excuse me. And when I mean where I am, it's like I'm in a smaller apartment. My counter, I don't have a big countertop like I used to at my parents' house when I was living with them. And I had a huge mirror and, you know, I could pretty much bring a chair in there and, you know, kind of go at it. But I can do that here as well. But it's just, the vibe is a little bit different. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's just like, I guess I kind of don't want to do it. Like, I guess I just kind of want it to be a different setup, I guess. But I'm not like holding out. I'm just kind of like that feeling of like, As you can see, this is very imperfect. Like, most people would try to be extremely neat during the whole process, but because, you know, I'm kind of like going at it a different way, and I'm not always using these kind of colors and doing it kind of different, doing it a different way. As you can see, it looks like I got punched in the eye a little bit, but you know, it's no biggie. It's just fun. We're just playing. So this is me just cleaning up. Like, basically I'm going where my eyebrow arch is and then kind of clean it up like that, so then it's not like like I'm just having like stuff falling here and then, but as you can see, the purple is popping now a little bit more. And this is a very deep, dark purple. I meant to use the fluffy brush again, but obviously I did not do that. But it's okay. I'm gonna go back in with the little orange. Right now I'm just kind of putting that purple, making it look a little bit more there. Filling in where I see gaps. But I do like the way it looks like in person, I guess you can say. It's not clean right now. It's like doing, this is like the same as, this is so funny because my eyes look so dark, I look like Beetlejuice. That's what it reminds me of. But I this is the same thing that happens when you are like building like a graphic and you're kind of like moving things everywhere and you're like, no, let me do, it's like you're just building. This is the same thing as building something. And look, my handy dandy napkin that's for everything removal. I'm just wiping some of that purple off. I'm gonna put some more orange in there. I'm gonna go with the third kind of peachy color we were using and just going in. I know it was like a little bit better than that, but you know, sometimes it happens. I'm just blending. I'm basically doing like a sunset vibe, aren't I? And then I'm just gonna wipe a little bit where my crease is. Kind of like around my eyes. Cleaning it up. So, I don't see my little spoolie, even though I have a bunch of them. I'm just gonna use this brush that I use for like my face, my eyebrows, or like my edges or something. It's an old toothbrush that I probably never used to brush my teeth, so you know, I'm just all I did was comb out my eyebrows. I keep mine pretty wild. If I fill them in, I try to use a dark brown, not a black. And if I use a black, I try to use very light hands because I don't want it to look like I was trying to, like, I don't want it to look like I darkened my eyebrows, pretty much. I want it to just look like natural. See, here's some eyeshadow primer. I had it in my bag. I think I had pulled it out of another makeup bag. I don't know. And I had it in there for a while. And then I finally put it in this bag, but obviously I didn't think about that before I started. Let me see. So I'm trying to see if I want to do, because I really wasn't going to do too much here, but it might turn into that. I'm going to go in with the lighter one that we had earlier. And I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to actually put that at the top too. Oops. See, when you got stuff on your hands, you might get it, transfer it to your skin again. So be careful. Now I need a new napkin, new paper, new tissue. I be wasting tissue sometimes this way. But you know, just bring it to the brow bone. But to kiss in love. And this is the first one we use. So the ones we used were, the first one was Stay Close. Second one was called Crave You. The third one is called It's a Rush. And then the purple was echoes. So, and then I'm just going to go back in over the here and blend. And then I'm going to go back under my eyes and kind of wipe away some of that darkness. Because I had that eyeliner on and I just kind of like was trying to see how it would swipe. I'm not gonna let you go now, baby. Gotta say you love me too. I'm going in with the purple. See, it doesn't, sometimes when you don't have the primer on there, it doesn't stick as well. Now, ColourPop, I love their cosmetics. They're usually very vibrant. I can say that this makeup palette is, I haven't used it that much, but it seems like the actual like popping powder, power, like the staying power is like, when you're applying it is like not that, I would say, I give it like a 7 out of a 10. The reason why is because you kind of have to do a lot of like pressing in, you know, to get it on there. Now, I'm going to try an experiment. And this is really old, so let me just make a disclaimer. Like, this is really old makeup right here, but it should still work pretty well. And this is called eyeshadow primer, and this is by Black Radiance. I've had this for years, and it's because I didn't use it all the time. But anyway, I'm gonna rub it in. See how it builds? It's creamy feeling, like a mousse. And you would just rub it across your eyebrow. Now, the eyeshadow will probably and likely stick better and show up better just because I did this step. But again, sometimes makeup goes on perfectly fine without primer. Primer is usually like, you usually do that when you're like serious about the staying power of your makeup, or if it's like not that great. But most people, a lot of people in their like everyday people probably don't do that. So let me use the purple as an example, because that was the one that was like harder to build. So you see that? See how that's very light? So it's sticking a little bit better, but it's okay for you to build it more than once, because that's kind of what you have to do to get it to build. But this build is almost, it's just not like, it just takes a little bit of time. So it'll get deeper and it'll get darker. I'm using the flush brush, so it's gonna be a little bit more spreaded. So if I use the flat brush, which is a little like the bristles are tighter, it's gonna get darker, very dark, or it should. It should be more pigmented. So as you can see, it did get deeper because it's, you know, pressed in there good and hard. The dust is falling off on it. So obviously I didn't go that hard in it, but you can see that it built up. Let me give y'all an example of the orange. The orange actually went on a lot better. I'm going to use the lighter orange. See, that looks decent. You can see a little bit. Again, it's a very light orange. And this is with the primer. It blends very closely to my skin. But if I use the dark peach, that's very pigmented anyway. I really like this color. but it's giving sunset vibes. So yeah, you can see like the other orange is very minute. It's very light. See how light that is? It's giving beige orange. Like it's a light, it's just very light, very light. But you can see the difference. And then the outer edge, that white is the primer. But yeah, that was just an example of the difference it can make with sticking and building. Now, I think I did pretty good. It took me a little bit, but the colors are pretty identical. Put a little orange. I'm trying to make sure it's just looking the same on each side. And then I'm likely gonna go in with a lighter for my like highlight. I feel like I needed something light. These tissues did not stand a chance, huh? It's better to just use like a cloth, like a actual, like a right here. That way you can actually like rinse it and wipe it off. So I'm going to use this very light right here, like very as a highlight, like right where my eyebrow bone is. It's like literally beige, like right here. And I'm just gonna blend it down into that orange. I'm gonna do it on the other side. I'm bringing it down a little bit too, because that way it's like a little bit of coverage in the actual eye area. So it's like a little bit of a cat, and then I just wipe like right there, like the angle. And I guess I'll do like full coverage makeup. You know, I don't always do full coverage makeup. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I just waste some of my makeup on my skin. So I'm just gonna rub it on my face. Look how much darker that is of my skin tone, but it's gonna blend. But this is like a matte. I used to have a dewy version, and I miss that. That's the version I'd rather have. Because they didn't even have, matte did not exist when I first started wearing Fit Me. They had just the regular, and then they started doing dewy and then matte. And I just rather have the dewy version of it because, well, honestly, it didn't even say dewy when I used to do my makeup. Like with the old Fit Me, it used to just be normal. But now that they've kind of spliced it up, they kind of just, it's like you have to pick a side. And I'm like, can I just have like a little bit of both? But I think dewy is probably closely aligned to the one I used to wear, because it did not come out so matte. And this usually like is darker than my skin, but since it's like summer, I'm a little bit darker, it's blending better. But when it's like winter time, I'm lighter looking, and it doesn't usually look all that, like, I have to like blend it down to my neck and stuff, like to match it. And even now, you know what I'm saying, I usually do not apply makeup foundation with my fingers, but because I started that way, it was just like, okay, whatever. And then I put it under my eyes like that a little bit. Right now I'm not really picking up that much product, but I usually use like a little brush one of my foundation brushes like this, or this one. I've had this for like, this is probably you can see the little missing handle, and I usually use that, and I guess I can just kind of do like this, blend it a little bit. That's usually how I do it. I don't usually do full coverage makeup for real. But if I'm like going somewhere like super duper special and I'm like, okay, I gotta get ready to, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are the moments where I would just be like, okay, let's get it. I mean, I love doing my makeup. I just don't always do my makeup. Like, I just don't care to wear makeup every day. Doesn't matter to me. And I just like to blend it. Like, I go over my ears too, just so if my ears are looking real light skin, I just really want to like make everything look cohesive. Like, even where my hair is, if I'm gonna do it, like, let's do it. So as you can see, I don't really, that's what I'm saying, I don't really do all the pizzazz like some girls do, like makeup artists do, where they use all these highlighters and concealers and I'd be like, that's too much. It's like you're going right over the same thing over again, and I just kind of hate to see it. And then I have this like almost gone powder. This is what I usually use for everyday makeup. I don't usually use like liquid foundation, and then, you know, so this is what I usually use. I just like powder. This is to set everything. This is just kind of like to be like, okay, let me blend everything in, blend all the colors, and, you know, get everything all set so the map can fit. And honestly, you could do it just this if you want to, but it usually covers up all the scars and blemishes. The liquid kind does, and then this kind of just puts it all, keeps it in place, makes it a little bit like more poreless, a little bit more airbrush looking. Yes, darling. I like to like go over my little nose ring so it don't be looking dingy after putting that foundation on. So that's that. My lips are just dry. And then I like to go in with my cheeks. My cheeks, baby. Oh. Let's see. Boom. All my makeup is really, really old. Except this Color Pop. And I got this for Christmas. Okay, so see? That's what happens when you use old makeup. Sometimes the little palettes drop out and this part is broken, but it's all good, okay? So I'm gonna use this very peachy, dark peach, dark pink blush, okay? And I usually do like this so I can see where the apple, even though I know where it is, it's just either you can smile or you can do like we were trying to make it even more chiseled. So where you can do this. And then I just blend it up. I read about blush like yesterday. For whatever reason I came across it, because I was like, had this thing where I usually call, like, you know how your leg falls asleep and it has this weird feeling? Well, I call that feeling like rosy. I've been doing it since I was a girl. But I was like, you know what? Is that really like what other people call it? That feeling, rosy? And so I tried to look it up. There was nothing that said what I said. But I ended up finding an article that was talking about like blushing and blush, right? And I was like, I found out that people looked at it as a like erotic thing a little bit, like blush. And I was like, what? I ain't never seen blush as like something prerogative, you know what I'm saying? Or promiscuous, you know what I'm saying? I have never seen it that way. I just always thought it was just this pretty, like, innocent kind of thing, you know, like girly thing. And then of course they explained in the article as well, like it's not really that, like it's not like really how people use like to use it. Like they said that people who use blush used to do it as a, I guess, a kind of like sexual thing at some point. Like, and then there were people who didn't used to wear makeup, or they couldn't wear makeup or something. It was like kind of saved for married people. I don't know. And they used to peach their cheeks. And I've kind of seen that like on TV somewhere, like maybe a show, and where they just like really hardly like brush their face like really hard to like make their cheeks turn pink. And I don't remember the context of it. I don't know what it was. I don't remember. But that was that. And then of course they just mentioned like how people wear their blush, you know, just as a act of youth. Like it makes you look younger, and it's just what people use to look, you know, pretty, like prettier. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much why I wear it. I think it just look cute. I didn't know it was anything other than just like, oh, this is a part of the makeup routine. It looks like what your face looks like when you blush. And then I found out that people, you know, that blushing is also, it's like basically an internal thing, which is true. Like I can see that. They look at it as like, okay, it's shame, shyness, or embarrassment. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty. Like it's basically like what you're keeping in, and it shows in your like face when it flushes and stuff. And I was just like, well, that's not what I mean by rosy. But I get that that's rosy too. Like, oh, your cheeks are so rosy, and it's just like a shade of pink. So this is that. I usually don't take that long to put blush on, but when you're trying to be like semi like, I like stuff to be even and to look the way I think. Now nowadays, people are like putting blush across their nose to give it like a cold girl look, and I'm like, no, I'm good on that. I think that dimension is great, but I don't care for like just doing certain trends and stuff like that. I'm like, And then my favorite part of like doing makeup, actually I'm gonna do bronzer. I really just need like another cloth because I'm wasting tissue. Like, I'll be right back. So I usually use this. See how small my little counter is? I don't even have a lot of space in here. And that's partly why I kind of don't be wanting to do things in here. But I'm just wetting this cloth. And then I'm going to keep other parts dry. That way it can just kind of get dry once I brush the wetness off of the residue. Okay. So I'm going to put some bronzer on my face too, because I really like putting bronzer on my face. I had just recently bought this after many, many months of not having any new bronzer. After the other palette ended, after so many years of having it, it just took a long time for it to empty, to be honest. So yeah, I usually spread the bronzer all over. Gives me that natural glow. That golden glow. Now, usually people also put like bronzer in there, like they can deepen it up like that. Like I'm doing right here, and I can do it on my edges to kind of give it a deeper glow. Kind of like giving it some more dimension and contour. But I don't try to overdo it, but I try to do a little something. Like even, you know, with my nose, I don't really try to like contour my nose anymore. Like I saw Bobbi Brown, the makeup artist, the makeup brand lady. She was just like, don't do that, because like she basically was saying like she likes to keep to the natural face structure. You know, people will be like contouring their nose to make it look smaller, and I was like, yeah, you're right, Bobbi Brown. I was like, I haven't really done it like I used to when it first started back in like 2015. I don't do it like that anymore. Because we used to do like literally take a pencil, like, I mean, a eyeshadow brush, and you use like brown, or no, we would use like concealer, but you know, you could use either or. And we would go down our nose to chisel it out like to a narrow nose, and then like do a little circle. Like, I don't really do that anymore at all, like, at all. Oh, poke myself in the eye. And I have to make sure that my eyes look lighter, or like even underneath my eyes, because you know, I had some previous makeup, like the little liquid eyeliner on my eyes, and then when I rub my eyes, it, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, the bronzer's on. I didn't make it like whoo, because I'm gonna go in with highlighter, which is like my favorite thing to do with my makeup. This is like one of the finishing touches. Boom. Right there on my nose. You can see that, baby. Look at that glow. And I just like to do that. And then I just go up a little bit, blend it in. And then I kind of like work my way around where the light is hitting, where it hits naturally. You know, like my eyebrow. Like I have a natural highlight there, here. I try to make it as light as, like I want it to basically look like it's supposed to be there. And then I go, this is my favorite spot right here, my cheeks. Right where the the cheekbone is. Like naturally, you know what I'm saying? Like just blend. I usually like to use my finger because it seems to like pick up better there. I'm sure there's a good brush out there that could do it, but it feels a lot like easier to do it with your finger. I just try to like follow where the light is naturally, just making it seem like it's lighter. And like even here, like you can just see where the light falls on your face. Now, you don't have to do it like this, but this is what I do. Even here. Because, like, when you do the highlighter, you kind of, like, the contour, the natural contour already, like, kind of pokes out or hides, you know, in the shadows. Like, you can see my shadows right here, you know. So, I'm just highlighting the places where it's light. The dark is already there. Kind of don't need to do it. And then, like, you know, some people, I know I personally enjoy doing it like this here, where my little shadow is for my lips. And where else? You can pretty much, you can put it wherever you want to. I don't care. But don't put it like right underneath your eye. That's what it used to be like back in the day, like putting it right under your eye. You can see a little highlight right here, but don't like put it like right underneath. It'll look kind of creasy. Well, at least that's what experience I have. But that was also some advice of like another makeup artist that I saw in a magazine, and that's when I started doing it, because I already noticed it, but I just thought like, oh, these are the rules, you know. Forget rules, not playing. But that's that. And sometimes I do it right here too, you know. A lot of times I do it like this. And then you can kind of rub it here, even though it's already shadowy right there, but just makes your face pop a lot more. Like, to me, it's the thing that sets you apart in the room, because it's like, whoa, look at that beautiful glow, you know what I'm saying? And you can put it like on your clavicle and, you know, give yourself some shine, you know. I just like to do it. But as you can see, everything looks very natural and neat. And then I know you guys are probably wondering, like, when is she gonna do her eyelashes or her eyebrows? And honestly, y'all, I don't usually wear lashes, so, but I can deepen my my eyebrows a little bit, and I'm gonna put on a little mascara because honestly, I don't like the whole, like, when you're playing in makeup, you have to take off like the hardest things to take off, like eyeshadow and foundation is not that hard, but building up your mascara, like that, for me, that's like a sport for me. So I try to like make it look really, really good. Where's my brow powder? Because my makeup palette does not have a really deep dark brown. And it may not even be in this bag. Well, what do you know? My phone just my iPad ended up getting full right when we got to the brow part. So I'm going in with my flat brush. I will get like a smaller one, and like I'm basically trying to be very light-handed here. I would go way more angled, a way smaller brush. Okay, so I'm just using this dark brown shadow. Okay, and I'm going into my brows. I don't want to use black because I don't want it to look like I am scary. Okay, I would go smaller with the brush. Again, I didn't bring out all my brushes when I started this. I just kind of thought I was going to do a little small thing. I didn't think I was going to be actually playing in my makeup this long. But this is actually fun. And I'm just, I kind of don't care if it's perfect either, but, and part of me also wants it to be good looking. See, even though I'm like not doing it perfectly like I would if I was like really going somewhere, I'm still kind of like doing it the way I would do it. Like I would make this a lot sharper and edgier. Not like super, but like it just would be neater. Because I would be using all my good brushes, like my angle. These are good brushes too. It's just, I would use the brushes that I think are right for this. This is not this is not what I would use on my eyebrows, okay? That's all I'm saying. See how it's all thick at the end? I wouldn't go that thick at the end. I just wanted to look even. And I feel like I'm just kind of making them look thicker. Okay, so this is about as even as I'll go right now. Oh, here we go again. Okay. It's not perfect, but you get the idea. I think I would go, see, a little bit of some tiny perfection. See, I would even use something like this, but maybe even a little bit more angled than this and harder. Basically, I kind of want to clean this up a little bit. So I would like kind of go with it with a little bit of that powder foundation. And just kind of, you see, I didn't shave my eyebrows. Because I honestly don't care about them being shaved. Like most people would just like shave the eyebrows, and honestly I would probably too. I would pluck it a little bit because it's sparse, or they would just go in and fill all that in, period. Like I would do that as well, but again, it's not that deep right now, like to me. I particularly like my arch to look higher, so not like looking like I'm got an attitude, but I just kind of like it to look like it's kind of going up and then down, up and then down. And it's not perfect, I know. I did not do these perfectly, but it's okay. Because I'm telling you, that you can do yours the way you want to. Now I can do a tutorial at some point, like how to really do your brows. But right now I'm just kind of like doing just something, just something. Not really focus on the brows that much. And we're almost done. Now I'm like, where's that bag? Oh, I left it in the bedroom. Okay. So I would then go in and just do my lashes or lips. Like that's the kind of, this is pretty much the order I do things when I do makeup. My makeup routine, if I were to go out like on a regular day, is not this complicated. But then I would just go in and do my eyebrows. I mean my eyelashes. I think maybe mine is like eyebrows, eyes. Thinking about brows. Because I keep saying brows. My friends used to laugh at me because I'm like, I used to take so long to do my mascara because I wanted them to look even on both sides and like kind of thick, kind of long and long. Like I wanted them to be like this perfect amount of like, and this is before like lashes became like super big for like people with my age group. Nobody was really wearing lashes back in like 2015, 2016. We were still out here, even in 2017. We were out here literally like wearing mascara. I still wear mascara because I just like it a lot more on me. And people sometimes think like I have falsies on, like I have like actual eyelashes on, like false lashes. And I'm like, no, just mascara. No, I just usually just tell them like it's just they're like, it's your natural eyelashes. I'm like, well, it's mascara on my eyelashes. And they're like, well, it's still your lashes. And I'm like, okay. All right, whatever. I'm not gonna argue with you about this. It's mine, but you know, it's enhanced. It's enhanced. And so I usually go in like a few other times to make sure they're kind of even and thick on because the edges is, especially when you have on dark makeup. And this is when I would probably wear like false lashes because I would want my eyelashes to pop over this dark purple. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't get my eyelashes as thick with the mascara. I just haven't worn lashes on my own, like for me. Like usually it's me going and getting my makeup done. Like when I wear false lashes. Like I don't usually just put them on myself. I could. But tonight's not the night that I'm going to try that because I'm not going anywhere and I don't want to do that. So mascara it is. See, you see how I'm building my mascara right now? I said I wasn't going to do this, didn't I? But this is what I usually do when I'm doing my mascara. I try to make sure they're literally long enough and thick enough. And they would pop more if this purple wasn't as dark as it was. Oh, look at that, yeah. And then the last but not least step is just going in. Hold on, let me go under my under eye because, you know, mascara, I mean, not mascara. Well, mascara can get under, like, I know for me, I usually like jab my face with the mascara wand. So I'm going to go underneath my eye to just clean things up, you know, make it look less shiny because my under eye is very oily. Like when I wear another reason why I would want to wear lashes is like my eyelashes, when I have mascara on, like the oil underneath my eye like rubs some of that mascara onto my underlid and it starts looking like a little dark. and oily. Which I don't fully care, but I care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, dang, by the time I get home, I'm like, wow. I can't believe I look like this by the end of the night. Like, I was just low-key going through it. Ooh, okay. You just got to make sure everything's filled. Because like I said, the brush, the primer, I tried to do the best I could without taking super duper long. I probably would like apply a little bit more like highlighter too. Because it's kind of like sinking in. And I blended it in a little bit more. So it's not as like I like it as much. Okay, and so my lips, I usually like I'm so like I don't wear makeup all the time anymore. Like, caught me back in the day, every time I go out, I'm wearing makeup, not like this every time, but usually like I would do my face in some way. Even when I used to go out like to school, I would sometimes do my face. Like, I remember at some point I was going through an era where I like put on foundation and mascara every day and some blush every day going to school. I'm not in that era anymore at all. Like, I'm naked faced all the time. But if I'm going to like church or I'm like going somewhere like an outing, I do it a little bit more. Not with like the darker makeup. It's usually with like mascara, blush, highlighter, and maybe some lip gloss. Like, and then I usually use the highlighter on my like eyes. Like, I literally am so basic with the makeup now. I don't really care. Like, but when I do want to like go all the way in, like, I'm gonna do it. Like, it's just I'm not in that season, and I haven't been for a while. But it don't bother me though, cause I'm like at peace. I'm just at peace, and so I just don't be caring like that. I really do not be caring. And this is actually not in my purse like it usually is. I have this beautiful lip gloss that looks identical to this MAC lip gloss that I had. That I was like, oh, I gotta go back to the MAC store and get some more because that was the best lip gloss ever. And this is like very similar to it. Like, the color is definitely spot on. And I usually just go in. But what I was trying to tell y'all before I started going on a tangent telling the story is that I don't usually follow the trends of the day. Like, basically, another person would have just went on and did the whole lip liner thing. Now, some people used to do that before it was like super trendy again. But I usually just go in plainly like this. But I did buy, I think I bought some lip liner. I think I bought a brown lip liner pencil so that I can actually start doing the little lip liner and gloss combo. See, this is how small my bathroom is. I have to put my bag on my toilet seat because I don't have any like extra space in here. And I know I can add like a little table in here or whatever, but I don't be in here doing makeup like that. You know, and I don't know if it's even in this purse, if I even really bought one. See, that's the eyeliner pencil. But I think I already had some like actual like brown liners. Anyway, I'm not gonna do it, but you know, most people would say, let me put my brown lip liner and then I'm gonna do this kind of lip gloss over top. And it will look pretty. I'm not shaming anybody. Or they would go in with like a color. And me, I would go in with like a color. Like a pink. I have like a dark purple, but you know, you gotta have the right outfit for that. But if you wanted to just go nude, here you go. And my lip already has like that natural contour that I don't really have to wear lip liner. It would just make it pop even more. It would make it seem like I actually have lip liner on, most likely. But I have like dark lips on the edges and on the top. And then it's pink in the middle. So this is the finished look. baby oil on my napkin, on my tissue, and I'm gonna just wipe it off. I'm gonna wipe off what I just did. Ooh, look at that, look at that, look at that. But yep, that's what you do. And then, you know, just make sure it's all off. Clean your face and then go to bed.